Welcome to another episode of This Guy Edits, where you get to see this guy edit. Today I'm going to talk about performances and how film editing can make actors look good.
Scene Apple 6, take 1.
Most of the time, all the actors can use a little help with editing. And it is the editor's job to make everybody look good. If we do our job right, then people won't even notice it.
And this is my room. You can take this mattress down.
Made first. So come back. Still rolling?
And this is my room, and you can take this down.
Let's do it again. Cut.
He's punishing me.
You can tell Mark's mom, it's his real mom. It's early in the shoot, and she's kind of nervous about acting because she's not a trained actress. And maybe that's why it's a good example to show some of the tricks that you can use to help an actor.
As you can see.
No, hold on. Just look at me.
All right.
Yeah.
I actually talked to the director about this particular episode because I was a little bit nervous because obviously I don't want to expose anybody. Luckily Mark was cool with it and he has no problem showing unfinished work. He actually said, show me. Show my performance, show my weaknesses.
And action?
The scene is basically Mark returned from prison. He's been in prison for 5 years. This is the first time he gets home. She gives him the tour of the apartment. They go upstairs. There's a mattress he needs to take and then bring it downstairs in his brother's room so that he can start settling in. I'm going to show you one more take so you get an idea of what's happening in the scene.
As you can see, this is my room. The maid has gone on vacation.
Yeah, right.
You can take this mattress here, Mark, take it downstairs, put it in Guillermo's room, and you can sleep on this. And then I also put your blue box in your brother's room, and all your things are in there.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Thanks. What are you going to do now?
I'm going to try and do some of my work right now. I'm really overwhelmed.
No, I know. You know, I can help you clean up later.
That would be great.
All right.
So that's an okay take. There's a lot of bumps in the road. There's some pauses, some M's and R's, and that can all be taken out, and you can obviously help a performance by just pacing the scene right and cutting it up, cutting it faster. But there's many other things that you can do to help an actor's performance. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the actual scene, the way that I cut it. And then I'm going to talk about some of the things that I did to the scene.
You can take this mattress here, Mark, take it downstairs, put it in Guillermo's room, and then I also put your blue box in your brother's room, and all your things are in there.
All right. You know, I can help you clean up later, anything.
That would be great.
All right. I'm going to go get set up.
It's good to have you home, honey.
It's good to be home.
I'm going to share 9 things that you can do to shape an actor's performance. Number 1, you can take out lines. Many times a script includes all the information that we need, and then when you end up actually seeing the scene, you realize there's so much that the actual visuals tell us that we don't need to hear all the information through dialogue. Just to keep the story a little bit more vague. If something is super clear, then the audience gets a little ahead of the story. Sometimes you need to make it a little less clear, and that will also help the performance. One thing that I will do is I will flip lines. I will turn lines around to create a different effect and make it more dynamic. For example, Mark starts with,
It's really good to be home, Mom.
It's good to have you home, honey.
what I could do here, instead of doing the delivery like this, I could have her start saying,
It's good to have you home, honey.
It's good to be home.
it feels a little more spontaneous. Sometimes you don't need the actors to say anything. Just a look, a reaction shot is oftentimes stronger, and you can just read in their face, in their expression, what they're saying.
And all your things are in there.
I talked about one trick before in an early episode, and that is that you get into a scene late and you leave it early. Instead of them going up the stairs, I can already be in the room. I try to cut out process as much as I can. So I would cut out, as you can see, this is my room, because we know it's her room, because she's going to sit on the bed and she's going to work on the laptop. So I don't need that information, I can cut it out. Sometimes it's better not to show the actor and just cut to whoever is listening, and that will help the performance.
You can take this mattress here, Mark, take it downstairs, put it in Guillermo's room.
The goal really is to limit any weakness. Whenever you see something that doesn't smell quite right, I will try my hardest to find another way, to leave it out, to cut around it. I've had experiences where I had a brilliant actress, but she was in a situation where she had to improvise, and that is something that scared her. So there were many moments where she would just not be strong, but there were many moments where she was brilliant. Lastly, one thing that I also do, I look at in between the takes, so the camera is still rolling, the camera just settled in or towards the end of the take, and I look for reaction shots or anything that the actors are saying, thinking that they're off camera, because many times they lose some of that nervousness or self-consciousness and they're starting to become themselves. I will consider and use it in the movie. So with that being said, I'm going to play the scene now, and I will highlight some of the tricks that I used.
You can take this mattress here, Mark, take it downstairs, put it in Guillermo's room, and then I also put your blue box in your brother's room, and all your things are in there.
All right. I can help you clean up later, anything.
That would be great.
All right. I'm gonna go get set up.
It's good to have you home, honey.
It's good to be home.
It is really one of the most interesting parts to really decide which take you're using, and above that, how much you're really taking over in terms of rewriting the script. In a future episode, I'll talk a little bit about how much creative control can an editor really take, and at what point is it really the director who decides how to shape the scene. But in this first phase of doing a rough cut, I tend to push it as far as I can do, and then I'll wait for the director to rein me back in. It really is a full collaboration. If you like this episode, please comment, like, and subscribe. If you have Twitter or Facebook, please also join our Facebook group. I will respond to your questions or comments, and I'll see you on the next one. This is This Guy Edits.